everybody, I am coming to you guys with Isaac Martin here. We're going to be running you guys through the beginning of this week's workout, and what you guys are going to need is you guys are going to need a piece of tape. So with that piece of tape, grab your piece of tape, just like last week we used a chair. You guys are going to take that piece of tape, Mr. Martin, if you can hold that, and then you guys are going to lay that piece of tape on the floor. Now, once you guys have it, you guys can use a string, you guys can use a piece of tape, you guys really can use anything as long as it is a straight line. So, lay out your piece of tape in a straight line just like this. We're going to be doing our forms, we're going to be doing our kicks, we're going to be doing our workouts all using the exact same line. So, really fast, pause this, and then grab yourself a piece of tape. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our line here and we're going to be working on footwork drills. Now, one of the biggest things that I want to talk to you guys about is having a success mindset. So one of the things that I want you guys to do is something in terms of the coronavirus and in terms of dealing with a crisis. We want to use this time to actually help us get better at our Taekwondo. This whole week we're going to be focused on sparring and helping you guys get better on sparring. So first thing you guys have to do is when you guys are doing this, you guys are going to have to stay on the balls of your feet. So you're going to try to stay off of your heels. Anytime that I'm sparring, I almost never ever want to be flat-footed. I always want to have my heels off the ground. So all of these drills, we're going to be working on that. We're going to be starting out with a really simple switching drill. So we're going to have one foot in front of the line, then you're going to be switching just like this. Now, once you get to the end, you're going to go back this way. Then you're going to try to move this way, and then go back the other way. So you guys need to be doing this on time with Mr. Martin. Alright, so first thing is, you guys will notice his heels are off of the ground. Okay, ready? We're going to start out and go. Switching your feet back and forth. Try to keep your hips forward for this one. Don't switch your hips yet. We're going to work on that here in a second. So this is not necessarily a sparring stance. What you're doing is you're just working on how fast your feet can move being on the balls of your feet off of your heel. This is going to help build up the muscles that you guys have in your calf. So keep going, keep going, keep going. We're going to go for another 20 seconds here. 20 seconds. Switch, switch, switch. Hips forward, switching your feet. Excellent. 10 seconds. And 5 seconds. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Push that last 5 seconds. Let's go. 5 and freeze. Right there. Excellent. Okay. Now, next one that we're going to do is we're going to do a very similar exercise, except for this time we're going to be switching our feet. So we're going to keep our heels off of the ground, we're going to keep on the balls of our feet, and then you're going to be switching your hip, pushing your hips forward. So when you switch your hip, you want to make sure that this foot comes straight forward, this foot comes straight back. Anytime you switch, you don't want to switch in a giant circle. You don't want to do this. What you want to do is you want to try to switch this way. Here, to where you're pulling your back foot straight forward and your front foot straight backwards this way. Okay? So you're going to be moving on the line just like that. Not turning your hips in a big motion, but trying to go straight. Then you're going to go straight. Then you're going to go straight this way. Okay? So Mr. Martin, he's going to do it with you guys for 45 seconds. Everybody get ready. Get set. And go. Switching your feet, excellent, just like this. So he's switching, he's working on getting that back foot to go more in a straight line instead of making a giant turning motion. If you notice how his feet are coming forward, his back foot is turning much tighter because he's going in a straight line. Good, so switching, then switching each time, working on making sure that it's a very fast switch. Do this for another 20 seconds here. Now, even if you guys are, let's say, a first degree or a second degree, you guys can all work on this. Most people, when they switch, what ends up happening here is they turn way too wide and they expose their stomach square as they do it. And freeze right there. All right, now the next one here is going to be working on how fast you guys can stop and change direction. So this one is a really good one. You're going to start on one side of the line. You're going to keep your feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart, but just barely. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump from one side this way, here, then I'm going to pop right back the other direction. So I'm going to go this way, and then I'm going to go this way. So I'm jumping back and forth. This would be used if I was sparring, okay, and I pop forward, and then I need to turn and switch directions. Whether that's going to switch sideways, forward, backwards, forward a little bit faster. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be taking my feet, and I'm gonna be popping this direction, freeze, pop the next direction. This way, all the way across. Now, you guys are gonna do it 45 seconds with Mr. Martin. Ready? And go. Switching from side to side, there we go. Then try to make that switch a really fast stop and then switch directions. Notice how his heels are not touching the ground. Forward and backwards. Good, 20 seconds left. Try to pick up the pace that last 20 seconds. Go, 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 go. Ten seconds. Keep going. 10 seconds. A little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. And 2, 1, and freeze right there. All right, so we are going to do one last drill here to try to help everybody just kind of get a little bit better at moving forward, side to side, and backwards. So you guys are going to start on this part of your line here. Now, on this part of your line, you guys are going to pop forwards, backwards, then you're going to jump to the side. Forwards, backwards, side. Forwards, backwards, side. Forwards, backwards, side. Forwards, backwards. Now, I also have to practice moving behind me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my foot and I'm going to go forwards, backwards, this direction now that I've reached the end of my line. So I'm going to go forwards, backwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, backwards. That way. You guys got it? All right, so Mr. Martin, he's going to help you guys out. You guys are going to do it with him. Okay, this one's might be a little bit complicated depending on what level you guys are at. Ready? 45 seconds and go. Good, now you're going back the other direction. It's to help you guys move on the balls of your feet, become a little bit faster. These are drills you guys should be practicing for hours. Good, then keep going, 25 seconds left. 25 seconds. Try to keep your rhythm. Try not to mess it up. Stay on the balls of your feet. 15 seconds. You guys got this. Keep going, 10 seconds. Try to pick it up for that last 10 seconds. See how fast you can get that motion going. And freeze right there. Excellent. All right, so we're going to continue to use our line here, but we're going to start to work out our kicks, our upper body, different things there. So when 1 second, go grab a drink of water, come right back. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take those footwork drills and we're going to start to add kicks to them. Now, it's going to be pretty tough coordination-wise, so we're going to slow it down, and if you do need to skip some of these drills, go ahead and skip some of these drills. So Mr. Martin, he's going to be right here. He's going to have his left foot forward. Now, he's going to switch his feet. He's going to kick with his back leg. He's now going to land behind him. He's going to switch his feet again. Kick with his back leg, land behind him. Switch his feet again. Kick with his back leg, land behind him, switch, kick. Now, the goal of this drill is going to be how fast you guys can move your feet and throw a kick at the exact same time, right? What you want to do is you want to stay on the balls of your feet so you don't go heavy. If I end up switching this way and I go switch, then I go kick, everything's very slow. If I stay on the balls of my feet and then I'm really relaxed and I go switch, kick, it ends up being much faster if I stay relaxed, okay? So, ready, Mr. Martin, go jump right there. Okay, now he's going to switch his feet. He's going to kick, okay? Ready, and go. Switch, kick. He's going to start out slow for the first part of this drill to help you guys out a little bit more. If you guys need to pause the tape to get this, and it takes you a while to get it, that's okay. Remember, we're talking about using this extra time that we have right now, spending at home to get better and use it to our advantage in Taekwondo. Okay? So, switch, kick with that back leg. Switch, kick with your back leg. Moving things forward. Now, Mr. Martin is going to speed it up. He's going to stay a little bit lighter on his feet here for the last 15 seconds of this drill. Again, if you guys need to, stop the tape, go back, and watch and get the footwork and coordination down. It's going to help you guys with all kinds of different drills in Taekwondo. Good. Keep going, keep going. You guys got 10 seconds left. 10 seconds. switch, and kick. 5 seconds, 3 seconds, and freeze right there. All right, take a little bit of a breath while I explain this next drill. Now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be doing the exact same thing except for with round kicks. Remember how we switched our feet before? We're going to switch our feet here. Our back foot is gonna come up in front of us now. We're gonna kick and land behind us. It's the exact same coordination as before. So I'm gonna take my back leg, I'm gonna turn kick, then I'm gonna land behind me. Now I'm gonna switch my feet again. My back leg is gonna kick and I'm gonna land behind me again. So I turn kick, then I'm gonna land backwards. Then I switch, back leg turns, picks up, turns, kicks. Then I'm going to land, step, switch. Okay? Same coordination as before. All right? So Mr. Martin, he's gonna help you guys out doing it. All he's doing is changing, his body now is going sideways. Okay? So back leg kicks, land behind you, switch. Back leg kicks, land behind you, switch. Switch. Back leg kicks, land behind you, switch. There we go. Good, this one gets a little bit harder coordination-wise to help you guys out. This is definitely, I would say, an advanced level drill. However, if you guys are a white belt, orange belt, yellow belt, what I want you to do is I want you to try these drills moving forward. Now we're gonna do this on time. Mr. Martin's gonna continue to go slow. Ready? And go. Switch, kick back leg, switch, kick back leg. The important part here is you land that foot where it started. So, the foot you're kicking with, you land it behind you. If you make a little bit of a mistake, that's okay. All right? Good, we're gonna start going fast here in a second, but make sure you have the drill down really well before you guys start going fast. Okay? All right, now a little bit faster. A little bit faster. Switch, kick, land, switch, kick, land, switch, kick, land, switch, kick. Moving down, land, switch, kick. It's gonna help you guys with your coordination, help you guys with your footwork. Now we're gonna speed it up a lot. 10 seconds, as fast as you can. Switch, land, switch, kick, land, switch, kick, land, switch, kick. 5 more seconds, 5 seconds, 2 seconds, and breathe. All right, everybody, our next drill is gonna be a play off of the footwork drill that we did before, okay? So remember the footwork drill where we went forwards, backwards, then we jumped to the side, forwards, then forwards again. Now we're gonna add a round kick to that forward motion. So what this is doing is it's allowing you to stay on the balls of your feet, kick a little bit faster, okay? So he's gonna now go backwards, sideways, kick. Backwards, sideways, forwards, kick. Backwards, sideways, forward, kick. Backwards, sideways, forward, kick. Now he's gonna go the other direction, moving sideways behind him this time, okay? So he's gonna pop, kick. What this is gonna do is it's gonna allow you to kick faster on your feet, on the balls of your feet. Just really important, okay? So we're gonna do this drill together really slow, and then we're gonna speed this up just a little bit. So try to stay with Mr. Martin the entire time, okay? So let me see my timer here. Ready, and go. Good, now we're gonna be going backwards. Same concept, you're just jumping back a little bit. Again, this level of coordination is gonna be easy for some of you guys and then a lot harder for others. Remember our goal of getting better at footwork, better at sparring during this period of time. Again, try to stick 100% with Mr. Martin. If you need to pause this and go back, please make sure you do. All right, now we're gonna try to speed it up and I wanna see if you guys can keep up with Mr. Martin as fast as you possibly can. Ready, go. Good, kicking all the way through. Let's go. Good, now backwards, let's go. And then keep going. Try to make sure that coordination doesn't get messed up one last time. And kick, and you're done. Just like that. All right, so that kind of concludes our footwork and our kicking. What you want to be able to do is you want to be able to step and move and kick at the same time. A lot of the sparring that we do requires you to move and then be able to kick at the exact same time you land. What you need to do is you need to make sure that your weight is centered. That way you don't jump this direction really hard over here and then try to kick. It's not going to work out very well for you. What you always want to do with all of these drills is you want to make sure you keep your weight centered, you want to make sure you keep on the balls of your feet, and you want to make sure you can always kick from this position, right? Versus having all of your weight in your front leg or all of your weight on your back leg or being leaned over really far. You never ever want to get yourself out of position when you guys are sparring. All right, everybody, we're gonna move on to our stretching section of today's class. So Mr. Martin, he's gonna be using the straight line. He's gonna make sure that his feet are over that line. He's gonna push his feet out, hands on the ground as far as he goes. But we're gonna add a little bit of a detail here. Now, when you do this, try to keep your full foot on the ground. That way you start to stretch out your ankle. This is gonna help you with your foot position, especially while you guys are trying to turn your body and make sure your toes are down and your heel is out. It's gonna be something that's very important. So, Mr. Martin's gonna put his hands in the ground. You guys are gonna follow along with us. Exact same thing. You're gonna go down as far as you can without taking your full foot off the ground. So do not pop your heels up yet, okay? Try to keep your full foot on the ground, Mr. Martin. Full foot on the ground on each side as much as you can. Now go ahead and pop your heels up. Or toes up, heels in the ground. There we go. Now he's gonna push down a little bit further. He's gonna keep everything over this straight line. Now when you're stretching, one of the things that most people do is they lean forward or backwards in order to make themselves feel like they're more flexible. And then what happens is they have trouble actually kicking properly in the air, and their instructor's always like, fix your body alignment, make sure your shoulders are up, make sure your hands are up, make sure your foot's pivoted, make sure that your foot positioning is correct. But they're like, why is this so difficult when I can go so far down in the splits? Most of the time it's because you can't actually go down that far down in the splits. It's because you're leaning backwards. Now notice how where Mr. Martin is at here. Now Mr. Martin, lean backwards really, really far. Okay, notice how it makes him seem like he's a lot lower to the ground, but we have not actually increased the angle of his stretch. So what's important while you're stretching is to make sure that your hips and your feet are directly over that piece of tape. So he's gonna push out just like this, a little bit further. And we're gonna hold this. So we're gonna hold this for another 30 seconds. So right here, everybody hold, 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 and breathe. Never try to tense up when you guys are stretching. You never wanna be really tense. You always wanna be nice and relaxed as you stretch. So we're gonna go for 20 more seconds. Continue to hold, go down as far as you possibly can. See if you can get all the way down in the split. See if you can get down further than Mr. Martin. Good. So now we have 5 seconds left. Push it down a little bit further with that last 5 seconds. And relax right there. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to come up, and I want you guys to pop all the way up now. And I want you guys to go over your piece of tape with one knee down and one knee up. Okay? Directly like this. And this is the #1 stretch people lean to the side on that I see. The problem with this is if you guys kick properly, everything should be in a very straight line. So when you guys are in a straight line, what you want to do is if I'm kicking, I have my pivot foot, I have my shoulder in place, I have this shoulder in place, and then I have this foot in line, and then I'm going to kick from here. This is kicking properly, pulling my foot up, and then kicking in a straight line from here. What I don't want to do is I don't want to kick like this, out when my body's crooked. So when I'm stretching, what's going to happen is I'm going to make sure my stretch is straight. So he picks his foot up this way. Now, go ahead and come over from this angle, right over here. Okay, and then get it more from kind of this shot. Now, instead of Mr. Martin putting his knee way out to the side, okay, and then sitting back this direction, okay, and then having this foot out. Now notice what's happening here. His heel is off of the line, his knee is way off of the line, and he feels really good that he's flexible, right? Well, he's not very flexible here at all. This is not helping your kick. Not a single kick in Taekwondo is gonna require you to do that motion. So what we are going to do is we're gonna keep our knee on the line. Now this is gonna be very difficult. Okay? Then we're gonna keep this foot on the line. Then he's gonna push that foot all the way forward on the line. He's gonna keep this foot on the same line. Now, what's gonna happen is he's actually developing the flexibility he needs in order to kick the way that we kick in Taekwondo. So, I'm going to time this. We're gonna basically go 45 seconds on this side. Now notice his back knee is directly on that line. His front foot is directly on that line. He is not leaning to the right side. He is not leaning to the left side. What he is doing is he's trying to push straight down. One thing that you guys are going to notice when you do this is you're not going down as far into the splits. Now, because you're used to doing something like this and kind of cheating to the side and moving. So Mr. Martin, go ahead and move to the side to make it look like you're in full splits. You're normally doing something like that. That's not going to help you. So make sure you go straight up. Push straight down. There, we are going to hold this for another 7 seconds, guys. Pushing straight down, then we're going to do our other side. All right, now you're going to switch. Other side, he's going to come up. Now his back foot is going to be on the line on this side. Front foot is going to be on the line on this side. All the way down. Now he's going to go straight over his feet. Pushing that foot all the way up. Back foot. Knee is on your piece of tape. Your heel is on your piece of tape. This is something that is very, very important. Good. Try to push it out a little bit further. Try to see how far you can get down. If you guys increase flexibility in this direction, it's going to help your kicking significantly. Good. 10 more seconds. And relax right there. All right, now we're going to go back down to the center. Okay. Now, Mr. Martin is going to push all the way out, but now he's going to sit back behind him. This is going to be stretching that you guys can do a little bit longer. It's a little bit less painful. So he's going to pop up. He's going to push his feet all the way apart, and then he's going to sit back behind him. Now, when he does this, go ahead and push your feet apart. Now, slowly sit back, Mr. Martin. Excellent. What he's trying to do is he's trying to keep his heels on this line, and he's going to try to move his pelvis forward to where he gets his hips closer to the line. The way that you do this is really simple. He is going to dig his heels into the floor. When he digs his heels into the floor, he's going to push his back hand forward and raise his front hand, or raise his pelvis up, digging his heels into the floor. There, now, he's increased his angle about this much. He's now going to lean back down in the center. We're going to go 30 seconds center, 30 seconds right side, 30 seconds left side, and that's going to conclude our stretching here for the line stretching that we're doing today. Now, try to breathe, try to keep your toes straight up and down. A lot of people let their toes go forward or their toes go back on this. You want to make sure your toes are straight up and down. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And reach over, grab your right foot. Good. Nose to your knee. Now reach over, grab your other foot. "15 seconds. "5 seconds. And relax. Good. So using a straight line for when you guys are stretching and what you're doing is an incredibly powerful tool that you guys should be taking advantage of. It really, really helps you guys stretch properly. Now we're going to talk about how that translates to the kicks in our next drill. All right, now for our last part of working with a line today, what we're going to do is we're going to work on all of our basic kicks. So we're going to start out with a front kick. Now, everything that I want you guys to see, let's go ahead and do everything moving this direction. So Mr. Martin, jump on that side. Now let me have the camera go and jump over here. That way I want everybody to see us kind of going this way. One of the biggest things is you guys will hear your instructors talk about a center line. A center line is if you guys chopped your body in half, right, in two perfect halves, where would that be? If you're wearing competition team sweats or instruction sweats, you'll notice it's right where the zipper is. Well, we're gonna help everybody do that because you guys are gonna use your straight line today. Now, first kick that we're gonna practice on the straight line is a front kick. So, we're going to have one foot on this side, one foot on that side, and a front stance. Now, hands are gonna be up. Another way to work on this is make sure you're kicking in between your hands. Now, when Mr. Martin does this, you're gonna notice he's gonna be kicking directly on that line in front of him and then setting down in a front stance on the other side. So this is gonna be our first drill today. Please pause this, do this a whole bunch of times before moving on to the next kick. So he's gonna be going front kick, then he's gonna land. Notice how his front kick is directly in line with the piece of tape or string or what you guys are using at home. Now, Mr. Martin's gonna do other side, same thing. He's gonna kick directly on that straight line, then he's gonna land on the outside of that line. Now, we're gonna do that one more time. This time, I want you guys to follow along, and then I want you guys to be going forward on your line, then you're gonna turn backwards on your line and keep going. So, Mr. Martin, front kick, land in a front stance. Front kick, land in a front stance. Now he's gonna turn. Other direction, ready, go front kick, land in a front stance. Front kick, land in a front stance. Excellent. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch this up. He's gonna be on a back stance on the line. Now when he's doing a back stance on the line, you're gonna notice both of his heels are on the line. This is gonna help you guys really work on kind of everything that you're doing. So Mr. Martin, he's gonna go back leg round kick. His back leg round kick is gonna be nose level. So he's gonna go round kick. Notice how everything is on the line. Then he's gonna land in front of him. He's gonna take his other foot. He's gonna go round kick on the straight line. Then he's going to land in front of him. Now, he's gonna turn and do the exact same thing the other direction. We're using the same concept here. So when Mr. Martin kicks, you guys should be able to see everything on as perfectly straight line if he does this correctly. So he's gonna take his back leg, kicking, then he's gonna land, then his back leg is gonna kick again, then he's gonna land this way. Excellent. Now, we're gonna switch over to a middle stance and a side kick version of this. So he's gonna start in a middle stance on the line. Again, everything here is on a very straight, linear line. The only stance that you're not gonna do on that line is gonna be our front stance. It's gonna be much more on train tracks as you do it. So he's gonna step up, side kick here on the straight line, then he's going to land. Now he's gonna step up, do another side kick on that straight line, then he's gonna land. Now he's gonna go the other direction using the other leg. Stepping up, chamber, kick, then land on that line, step up, chamber, kick, landing right on that line again. Now, those are 3 drills that you guys can use used in a line in order to help out your basic kicks. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna move on to your specific curriculum for this week. All right, so now, for all of my intermediate ranks, what we're going to be working on is we're gonna be working on drills in order to help you guys with your form. So the first training this week is gonna be very, very drill focused. These are gonna be a couple of drills that I want you guys specifically to work on for form number 4. Then also make sure you go back and actually practice your entire form along with these drills. So Mr. Martin, he's gonna help us out. He is going to work on kind of the hardest kicks out of your form, which is the repeating kicks, which is gonna be hook kick, round kick, and round kick, round kick. Is I think gonna be probably the kicks that most people struggle with in form number 4. So Mr. Martin, he's gonna step backwards. We're gonna first start with a hook kick, round kick. Now, first thing is you guys need to make sure that you have proper body position and balance for this. So he's gonna step his feet together. When he steps his feet together, you'll notice he steps his feet up to a T, okay? When he steps his feet up to a T, what he's doing is he's lining up his hip. If you notice, his hip and his shoulders are pointed towards his target. This is very important because if you mess up your hip position and he pushes his hip back the other direction and tries to kick, go ahead and pull your hip this way, right? And he points his hip away and he picks his foot up and he tries to kick here, go ahead and try to kick. You try to kick high like that. That's about how his kicks are going to look. You notice a lot of people when they're learning how to do double kicks, they try to do this because of balance. It's easy to throw a single kick out really high, but when they start double kicking, hip and body position are extremely important. So when he steps up, his hip is in line. Now he's gonna pick his foot up, he's gonna chamber, and then now that his hip is pointed in the right direction, He goes hook, kick, round kick. He's going to go hook, round. Then he's going to land, just like this. So your goal is going to be to point your hip at your target. If your target is in front of you, right? At home, the easiest thing to do is pick something on the wall. Here in the school, what we're going to do is we're going to work on him focused on our schedule here on the wall. So he's going to look right here at the schedule. If you're at home, I want you guys to pick a point at the wall, and then as you step up, you guys are going to turn your hip towards that. Shoulders up, everything in line, and then from here is where you guys pick up your knee, and then you're going to kick towards that direction, okay? So Mr. Martin's going to demonstrate a couple more times. I want you guys to be practicing this a lot. All right, so step up, hook and ground kick. Now, this is the exact same setup as a side kick, all right? Do it one more time. Step up, hook your ground kick. Now, Mr. Martin, if you notice his eyes are right here, he's also trying to cover the spot over here with his foot. So, ready? One more time. Step up, hook, round. That is going to be the drill that you guys are going to be working on. Now, next one is going to be our round kick, round kick. Make sure, if you guys have not practiced this already, you guys are stopping the tape here, and then you guys are going to go back and practice that. Last one, at least, I would say 20 times on each side, if not 25, so you get a good 50 kicks on each side. Now, Mr. Martin is going to help us out with a round kick, round kick. This is going to be a little different. His body position, upper body is going to be the same, but instead of him pointing his hip towards his target now, he's going to actually aim and point with his knee. This is important, especially when doing 2 round kicks. Mr. Martin's going to have his shoulders up, his body sideways. Now, he's going to turn his body and he's going to point with his knee. All we're going to do is we're going to get to this position really fast. Now, with this, you'll notice his knee is pointed at his target. If his knee is pointed here, his kick is going to end up here. If his knee is pointed over there, his kick will end up over there. So you need to understand when you're kicking with a round kick, your pointing position is your knee. That's why you will never do a round kick by straight leg. You always want to make sure you take your knee and you point your knee where your target is. Now, Mr. Martin, he's going to turn, he's going to point his knee, he's going to kick 1 kick, then he's going to kick 2. Same level. So 1 and then 2. We're going to change levels here in a second. So ready? Turn. Everybody make sure you're doing this with us at home as well. Go kick, then go kick. Excellent. Then land. Now, same thing. He's going to do it one more time. Then I'm going to work on a very specific details in order to be able to kick mid, then kick high. So turn, go round kick, round kick. Excellent. Now what we're going to do, make sure you still have the proper body position. It's the exact same body position you learned as a white, orange, and yellow belt as well. Now all he's going to do is he's going to change his knee position slightly in order to change his target. Nothing else should change on the round kick. He's going to turn. He's going to point his knee. Now his knee is pointed mid-level, so he's going to strike mid-level. Then his knee is going to point high, he's going to kick high. Then he's going to set his foot down. So you notice how the level change on the kicks happened because he changed his knee from being this level to this level up here. So now he's going to do that fast. He's going to go mid and high. This is the drill you're going to practice at least 20 times on each side. So he's going to turn, 1, 2. That way. Then he's going to turn, 1, 2. Now with this, I also want you guys to play out around with lower kicks. So point your knee really low and then go really high instead. So now he's using that knee position in order to change his kicking levels to wherever he wants to. He should be able to go kick knee level. Then he should be able to kick waist level. Then he should be able to kick knee level again. And then high. The way that you do this is how you set your knee up before you actually throw your kick. So as an intermediate student, that's what we're working on the first part of this week.